Red Devils Stadium, John P. Duda Stadium, for tonight's event, the 2020 Red Devil graduation class. We've come a long ways from a year ago. We had restrictions and cancellations to what I've been told has been more of a traditional type ceremony. Like I said, we are here at John P. Duda Stadium, a beautiful setting here. I'd like to thank all the hard workers that's helped out to make this such a great event and such a great venue. I'm your host, John Sinder, bringing you live action of this graduating ceremony. We'd like to thank our special friends that helped make this possible. Alloy Credit Union with 2 locations in Fayetteville and at Alloy. Our friends at Fire Creek Barbecue and Steaks, located in Fayetteville. Kobe Asian Fusion, also located in Fayetteville. The Crown Windows and Doors, located here in Oak Hill. Logan's Speed Shop. I'd like to thank our friends at Steve's Auto Parts here in Oak Hill. Our friends at Tyree's Funeral Home. And again, our friends at Bridgehaven Golf Course. We'd like to thank our friends at Bryan Service Center and our friends at Prudence Insurance and Prudence Auto. Again, we'd like to special thanks to our friends at Castos. Mayor Danny Wright would like to extend his thanks. Our friends at Hilltop Auto Repair, Fed Awning Glass, Dindler's, Jen Nailed It, and DT Auto. So without any further ado, I'd like to present you the graduating class of Oak Hill Red Devils 2021 graduating class.
be seated. Yes, yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to John P. Duda Stadium on the campus of Oak Hill High School as we celebrate the graduation of the class of 2021. There is so much that I could stand here and say about these kids and the year we've had together, but I'm just going to say that it is certainly one that none of us will ever forget. I wanted to talk about how fantastic this class is, how amazing my staff is, and how grateful I am for the love and support of our Red Devil community. But I'm simply going to read to you from a message that I got from a parent this week. Don't worry, I won't use names. This parent was referring to our students and the hugs that we exchanged with them during our honor grad ceremony. She said, "I don't know their stories or their celebrations like you all do. That hug is what my daughter needed. She needed to feel your love and know that someone besides us, because as she says, parents have to, is proud of her and believes in her." That, ladies and gentlemen, is what this is all about. We are all here tonight because we are so proud of these resilient, strong, patient young adults. We all believe in you. So, Mr. Hogue and Ms. Klein, there will be some hugs on this stage tonight, but I promise we'll keep them under 15 minutes so we will not have to contact trace. I am pleased now to introduce one of my amazing assistant principals, Mr. Dan Poland.
If you could, please rise for the pledge to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm proud to introduce my fellow assistant principal, Mr. Chad Quisenberry.
Good evening. To call these last 14 months a challenge would be the understatement of the century. Through so many difficulties at the national level, the state and county levels, and our own personal challenges, it feels like we've taken forever to get here to this moment. Yet at the same time, somehow it seems like we blinked twice and here we are, especially to all you guys that are sitting here on the field right now looking at me. I greatly appreciate this class for so much, but especially that I saw so many of you when I began working my way back into society after the accident that I had. You guys reached out to me. I saw you at Walmart. I saw you in the hallways when I came to visit a time or two. I can't thank all of you all enough, and I can honestly say that your reactions and the thoughts of so many of you all are the reason that I'm standing here with you all today. Now, it is my pleasure to announce the Oak Hill High School class of 2021 Promise Scholars. The Promise Scholarship covers up to $4,750 per year toward the cost of tuition and fees at an approved 2-year or 4-year college in the state. To qualify, students must have a 3.0, an overall ACT score of 22, and specific scores are needed in subject areas. So at this time, as I call your name, please stand and continue to stand until I have called everyone's names. And for our audience, please hold your applause until the last name is called. Valerie Atkins. Kaya Babkirk. Joel Banks. Aiden Cook. Caden Cox. Madison Dye. Kaylin Elkins. Toby Giles, Riley Gray, Sarah Hale, Nicholas Kaiser, Cade Legg, Bradley Locant, Kaylee Mann, J.R. Maynor, Justin McDaniel, Samuel Nichols, Mia Pino, Molly Pino, Skylar Richards, Emily Surface, Virginia Weatherford, Mark White, and Kenneth Young. Let's give them a round of applause. You guys can go ahead and sit down. Students, I hope you will continue this tradition of honoring the commitment of the state of West Virginia that the state of West Virginia is making in you by paying it forward. Promise Scholars are encouraged to complete service projects, serve as leaders on college campuses, and work to promote a bright future for all West Virginians. It is at this time that I would like to introduce our JROTC instructor, assistant football coach, and an emergency assistant baseball coach, Colonel Chris Selvey. As Colonel Selvey makes his way to the stage, I would like to ask that any student who has enlisted in the military please come up here so Colonel Selvey can swear you in.
All right. Well, while they make their way up here, again, thank you, Mr. Quisenberry, and thank you, Ms. Hayes, for allowing me to be here this evening. It is my indeed honor and pleasure that I get to perform this ceremony in front of you. As they said, this has been a challenging year. A lot of times these students do not get to, in this year, did not get to enlist in front of their family and friends and those relatives. So tonight, it is my indeed pleasure that we will be able to re-enlist them tonight and do the oath of enlistment for these young people who have not only completed their challenge of high school and everything that has been involved with their lives up until this day, but they are doing something bigger than them. They have chosen to serve their country. They have chosen to do something bigger than themselves. So indeed, as West Virginians, as Fayette Countyans, this is such an honor that these young people are doing something bigger than themselves. So at this time, I'm going to re-administer their oath of enlistment. So if you will please go to the position of attention and raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your full name, do solemnly swear or affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the officers appointed over me, according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Ladies and gentlemen, your newest enlistments to the United States military.
At this time, it is my honor to introduce number 1 in the class of 2021, Mr. Aiden Cook.
Good evening, parents, family members, friends, classmates, OHHS faculty, and distinguished guests. I just wanted to take a quick moment to express my gratitude and to congratulate my fellow graduates. So, first off, I want to say thank you to the staff here at Oak Hill High School. All of the teachers that I had here were very easy to get along with, were knowledgeable, easy to talk to, and had great senses of humor. They really made my time here a lot more easygoing and enjoyable. So I truly do thank all of them. Next, I would like to say thank you to all of my classmates. All of you guys are great people. You guys were easy to get along with, funny, smart, and you guys were the other half of what made my time here at OHHS enjoyable. So I thank all of you as well. finally, I would like to congratulate all of my classmates. We finally made it. After going to school for pretty much our entire lives, about 13 years, it's finally time to move on. It might seem like the end, but it really is only the beginning. I know that there's a lot of potential among you, and I wish all of you good luck on your future endeavors and hope that all of us can continue on and have successful, fulfilling lives. It's time to begin this next phase of our lives, and I know that we will continue on holding all of the things we learned, the experiences we had, and the memories that we made together for the rest of our lives. So, congratulations, guys, and thank you. And with that, it's my honor to introduce my fellow classmate and good friend, Bradley Locant.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the friends, family, faculty, and all others for coming and supporting my fellow graduates and I on this momentous occasion. A few weeks ago, our senior class attended our awards and decision ceremony, where everyone's plans after high school were told to the rest of our class. At that point, I think most of us realized these would be the last days making contact with each other. Some people were going out of state for school, some in-state, some joining the workforce, and some joining the armed forces. It was great to see that everyone seemed to be excited for what life had in store for them, even if they didn't know what that was yet. All of the school faculty have done their best to prepare us for the next chapter of our lives after graduation. With everything going on in the world, the faculty of Oak Hill High School has adapted and overcame for our sake. Our counselors have given us ample amounts of scholarships, programs, and other opportunities that we could apply for. Our teachers have taught us for the past 4 years important thinking skills in an abundance of subjects. And I'm thankful that the teachers truly care about the future success of their students. I would also like to thank the cooks and custodians this year with all the challenges they had to adapt to. Lastly, I would like to thank the class of 2021 of Oak Hill High School. Now that we are all graduating, I'm proud of how we have all grown, and I'm excited to see what all of us will do in the future. Although I might not see some of you for a long time, remember, we will forever be connected as the graduating class of 2021 at Oak Hill High School. Now, I'm happy to introduce my classmate and the senior class president, Molly Pino.
Good evening. As Bradley said, I am Molly Pino and I'm the senior class president. I would like to start by thanking you all for coming to share this moment with us. It is an honor to be speaking in front of my peers, family, friends, and mentors. Well, it certainly has been an interesting year, and I'm sure not the senior year we had envisioned. I don't think when any of us daydreamed about this day, we foresaw one where we were wearing masks and social distancing. But then again, this past year is not one I believe we could have imagined. However, with all these challenges, the class of 2021 persevered. We have learned to adapt and maybe even became more adept at handling problems, especially technical issues. I would like to thank the teachers and staff for all of their hard work, especially this past year. The administration and staff did everything in their power to still make this year enjoyable, as well as safe for all of us. Your efforts have not gone unnoticed, and I hope you all know how much we appreciate all of you and all you do for us. I am also sure every student is thankful for our parents and guardians who have continued to push us to do our best and who were there for us during these difficult times. We are so thankful for all the people who have helped us to get to this point today. I know I'm thankful for many people who have gotten me through these past 18 years. To all my teachers, thank you. I'm sure it wasn't easy, but I always appreciated your persistence and your patience while teaching new concepts. I would also like to thank my mom, who has taught me to always do my best and whose strength inspires me each day. For my sister, who I've always looked up to. For my grandma, who has never failed to make me laugh or smile. And finally, for my father, who taught me the value of compassion. And although he could not be here today, I know he is here in spirit. I'm very thankful to God for getting us through these past 4 years through his guidance. And to my classmates, thank you for your optimism. At times when our senior year felt lost, I was so thankful for my classmates continuing to help me smile and laugh, making the past 4 years, and especially this year, more enjoyable. We have created memories here we will not forget. And finally, I would like to leave you with our class quote by the late John Lewis. Never, ever be afraid to make some noise and get into good trouble, necessary trouble. Now, this does not mean to get into any illegal trouble, but implores us all to not be afraid to ever use our voices to speak out against injustice. I know many of us are capable of making our voices heard. Let's use our voices to make good change, necessary change. We are the future. We will be the change. Never underestimate your abilities. If you are ever doubting yourself, remember this past year and all you have overcome. You can do it. Congratulations to the class of 2021.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to first recognize our dignitaries to your left. Gary Hogue, Superintendent. Anna Kincaid Klein, Associate Superintendent. Board members Pat Gray, Gary Ray, Marion Tanner, and Cindy Whitlock. And the administrators and counselors sitting behind me, Ms. Hayes, Mr. Poland, Mr. Quisenberry, Mrs. Wolf, Mr. Atkins, Mr. Lee, and Mr. Keaton. It is my privilege as assistant principal of Oak Hill High School to confirm that these students sitting in front of you have met the requirements for graduation as set forth by Oak Hill High School, the Fayette County Board of Education, and the West Virginia State Board of Education. May I now present to you the 2021 graduating class of Oak Hill High School. The class of 2021, the 44th graduating class of Oak Hill High School. You may now be seated. Let us begin the last roll call, the roll call of the graduates, and the presentation of diplomas. Aiden Boyd Cook. Bradley Thomas Locant. Caden Christian Cox. Molly Elizabeth Hayes Pino. Madison Ann Dye. Justin Wayne McDaniel. Kaya Jared Babkirk. Olivia Elizabeth Lively. Kessa Brooke Hickenbottom. Sarah Catherine Hale. James Randall Maynor III. Joel Alexander Noyes Banks. Morgan McKenna Wills. Emily Dawn Surface. Emily is the oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. Wrong line. Riley Christina Gray. Riley is the recipient of the Mountain of Hope Scholarship. Kaylee May Mann. Alina Hope Makoviak. Hannah Faith Ramsey. Kaylee Renee Cook. Mia Elizabeth Pino. Mia is the recipient of the Marshall University Southern Coalfield Scholarship. Valerie Page Adkins. Madison Page Clement. Matthew Ryan Bradford. Bryce Tyler Watkins. Skylar Page Richards. Chloe Faith Atha. Shannon Ann Farrow. Shannon is the recipient of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Lucille Meadows Smallwood Scholarship. Nikki Shea Holbrook. Annie Mae Johnson. Piper Elizabeth Casto. Samuel Ray Nichols. Tobias Sebastian Giles. Emily Faith Sharp. Barrett William Sexton. Natalie Elizabeth Underwood. Mark Matthew Mascarenas White. Riley Marie Ferris. Nicholas Kathan Kaiser. Reagan Noel Moore. Christian Tyler Sizemore. Christian is the recipient of the Eric Staunton Memorial Scholarship. Whitley Renee Williams. Whitley is the recipient of the Eric Staunton Memorial Scholarship. Kenneth Mason Young. Rachel Joe Peelish. Anthony Jared Smith. Hunter Lee Adkins. Alexis Lee Smith. Ashley Elizabeth Bailey. Morgan Josephine Richardson. William Chase Austin Minor. Kaylin Madison Elkins. Kayla Michelle Bess. Robert Lee Humphreys. Jacqueline Ayers Ellison. Quentin Allen Lesher. Carly Madison Smith. Haley Nicole Byers. Elijah Philip Selvey. Elijah is the recipient of the Fayetteville High School Alumni Scholarship. Davin Shaylee Warwick. Matthew Philip Buckland. Virginia Elizabeth Weatherford. Donald Wayne Williams III. Priscilla Leah Livingston. Madison Taylor Giles. Jordan Elizabeth McGuire. Kirsten Grace Tolliver. Brooke Ella Thomas. Haley Jonelle Pritt. Linda K. Lee Franklin. Christina Marie Sizemore. Kelsey Abigail Gill. Caitlin Marie Lambert. Cade Jackson Legg. Risa Alexandria Thompson. Risa is the recipient of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Lucille Meadows Smallwood Scholarship. Courtney Michelle Alexander. Logan Richard Lawhorn. We're getting a little excited up here on the stage. Kenyon Bryce Tucker. Jacob Carter DeLung. Harley Cheyenne Reed. Camden Nicholas Craddock. Camden is the recipient of the Johnny Ferry Memorial Scholarship. Justin Lawrence Pettit. John David Watson. Jacob Chandler Lynch. Jacob is the recipient of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Lucille Meadows Smallwood Scholarship. Emily Lynn McFall. Jasmine Ray Romero. Candace Marie Clay. Madison Marie Davis. William Conway Smith, Jr. Taylor Marie Knuckles. Trent Allen Brown. Isaac Blaine Keffer. Robert Joseph Long. Erica Jade Martin. Madison Jade Ferris. Devin Michael Dean. Lauren Nicole Dempsey. Christopher Hunter Carter. Katie Lee Alton. Micaiah Amani Lewis. Hadley Alexis Casto. Caleb Andrew Ward. Tiamo Moray Shelton. Tiamo is the recipient of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Lucille Meadows Smallwood Scholarship. Destiny Leanne Atha. Haley Nicole Wright. Leah Brooke Adkins. Madison Brooke Humphrey. Stormy Lynn Cottle. Leslie Snow White. Taylor Leah Dolan. Eli Seth Sedlock. Alexis Jane Estep. Wyatt Austin Cart. John Nathaniel Jackson. John is the recipient of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Lucille Meadows Smallwood Scholarship. Sean Caleb Bandy. Nicholas Riley Roseblock. Lakota Bryant Goodson. Shane Allen Johnson, Jr. Aaron Nathaniel Atkins. Hunter Lee Atkins. Caven Ray Atkins. Hunter Lane Bell. At this time, we have two very special guests that's going to come up here to accept a diploma. Today, we invite Miss Tracy Carroll to accept a diploma for her son, Kenneth G. Wesley Bigford. His sister, Tempest Cook, is also accompanying her mom. Kenneth died on October 17th, 2010, at the age of 7, after a courageous battle with cancer. Kenneth would have graduated today alongside his friends, with his family watching with pride. We are proud to honor him tonight and welcome his mother and sister to the stage. Thank you, Tracy, your family, and Tempest for being here tonight. Kenneth will always forever be a Red Devil and will never be forgotten. Kayla Destiny Bragg. Charles Case Bryant. Madison Alexis Burke. Devontae Leon Cadle Smith. Micah Antoni Canada. Courtney Nicole Canterbury. Avery Alexis Clement. Corbin Drake Clyburn. David Elijah Moore Cosby. Aiden James Cox. Kaylee Leanne Cox. Rodney Brent Kraus. Daniel Alexander Cruz. Dalton Robert Cup. Amber Rochelle Dean. Matthew Thomas Dillon. Delfino Lee Drennan. Cameron Michael Elmore. Alyssa Rose Floyd. Layla Adele Galloway. Alexis Marie Nicole Gearhart. Malachi Adric Gibson. Hosanna Dawn Gill. Marshall William Goins. Khalil Nasim Gray. Michael Cameron Griffith. Tara Atay Harbison. Christina Marie Harper. Sophie Isabel Hara. Chase Aaron Hart. John Michael Helmick, Jr. Shauna Nicole Nellie Honaker. Kaylee Nicole Huddleston. Seth Arlen Lee Huffman. Zachary J. Humphrey. Zoe Elizabeth Ince. Thomas Warner Ingram. Carissa Ann Gerald. Dustin Warren Jarvis. Christian Michael Jennings. Caleb Michael Johnson. Ella Dawn Johnson. Joshua Caleb Kessler. Hallie Mae Kessler. Parker Adrian Kincaid. Jaden Tyler King. Seth Andrew Kiska. Peyton Lee Crop. Mia Antoinette Lawson. Brandon Mason LaFrancois. Aiden Marcus Legg. Autumn Renee Lesher. Janicia Laniel Lewis. Kelsey Danielle Martin. Sky Miracle Micaiah Massey. Sky is the recipient of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Lucille Meadows Smallwood Scholarship. Chase Allen McCoy. John William Milam. William Joseph Miller. Corey Allen Mitchell. Andrew Thomas Lanham Morgan. Jasmine Noel Mullins. Tyrese Xander Nelson. Haven Norma Jean Newhouse. Taylor Paige Ortez. Haley Nicole Pack. Logan Thomas Pack. Antoine Emmanuel Pagan. Zoe Elizabeth Jane Patterson. Nicholas Kane Pell. Timothy James Perdue. Nathan Ray Price. Harley Austin Rankin. Devin Michael Redden. Colton Chase Remy. Hunter Cole Richardson. Irina Dawn Richmond. Jessica Helen Richmond. Kendrick Trayvon Rose. Zurich Deshawn Rose. Donald Ray Rowe. Skylar Zoe Lakota Rowe. Jordan Seth Ryan. Mackenzie Faith Sigmund. Barbara Michelle Smith. Destiny Marie Smith. Hunter Allen Smith. Jackson Blaine Smith. Jasmine Renee Smith. Joseph David Smith. Lakeisha Tondalea McHale Smith. Lakeisha is the recipient of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Lucille Meadows Smallwood Scholarship. William Allen Smith III. Emily Rose Stahulik. Maddie Raven Stonestreet. Anthony Sean Stump. Jacob Lee Talbert. Ashley Hope Taylor. Mackenzie Faith Tincher. Matthew Aaron Tincher. Brandon Tyler Treadway Bench. Nautica Lee Treadway. Sky Tiana Treadway. Timothy William Troxel. Taven Nicole Tucker. Taven is the recipient of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Lucille Meadows Smallwood Scholarship. Paul Edward Tigret. Matthew Cecil Walker. Amaya Joy Wallace. Brett Clayton Walkins. Haley Marie Weist. Raison DeRay Lewis Wells. Maria Jane West. Sierra Rebecca Wheeler. Waylon Garrett Wickline. Scott Michael Wilshire. Jackson Cole Wolf. Jackson is the recipient of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Lucille Meadows Smallwood Scholarship. Kylie Judith Wright. Logan Hunter Riston. Damon Lee Young. Grace Danielle Young. Treasure Raquel Lachey Young. Treasure is the recipient of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Lucille Meadows Smallwood Scholarship. Mary Jane Zimmerman. Seniors, please rise. As your last act that you will complete together as the class of 2021, move your tassel from the right side to the left side. The sign of the graduate. Distinguished guests, administration, faculty, proud parents, family, and friends, it is my pleasure to present the graduated class of 2021.
All right, that concludes the Oak Hill Red Devils Class of 2021 graduation ceremony. On behalf of our staff here at Cozy TV and myself, John Siner, I'd like to congratulate each and every senior and wish them the best in their future. We also like to remind everybody that each graduation ceremony that was recorded today can be seen again on Monday night on WZTS Cozy TV, beginning at 8 o'clock. The first ceremony will be the Oak Hill Red Devils, followed by the Midland Trail Patriots, and finished up with the Meadowbridge Wildcats. At this time, we'd like to throw back to our studios at Cozy TV, where programming is already in progress. Good night, everybody.